How's it going, everyone? The massive Days of Play PlayStation Store sale is live right now, and a lot of deals can be had with this sale. A lot of new titles discounted as well. There is also a physical portion of the sale. I won't go into that since the PSN sale has quite a lot to talk about as it is, and I did sort it through the, I use the typical categories that I do: full games, game bundles, and premium editions. That just knocks off like things like superfluous DLC content that you guys probably don't have any interest in. I mean, if you want like MLB The Show microtransactions, more power to you, but nevertheless, let's talk about what is on sale. Right off the top, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is seeing its first discount. This is generally what Sony does, and it is what usually elevates the Days of Play sale, and I actually think strategically it's a pretty good idea to go about it this way. They release a big game in the fall, and then following year, so for 2022 it was God of War Ragnarok, that game will see its first discount at Days of Play. They're once again doing that here with Spider-Man 2. It is down to $49.69, which obviously, like, yo, if you're watching our videos, chances are you've already played this game. Chances are, you know, most of you guys have probably completed New Game Plus. Spider-Man 2 is a fantastic game. The issue that most people have with it is the amount of content that's in the game. Listen, I don't have too big of a deal with that, but I understand from my vantage point, like, I have a lot of games to play. I am in a fortunate position where I can, you know, I get a lot of games to play. You know, if you're spending $50 and you want the most amount of content possible, yeah, maybe this might not be the dollar per hour of gameplay ratio that you're looking for, but if you're talking about all killer, no filler, I feel like Spider-Man 2 has a lot of that. The side content's pretty good, and, you know, a lot of the elements of this game I thought were really, really well done. Is it perfect? No, I think some of the narrative aspects could have been adjusted, but that's honestly more from a personal standpoint. I still think it's fantastic, and if you've yet to play it, or you have a buddy that hasn't played it yet for whatever reason, definitely, like, this is one of the showcases for the PlayStation 5, and you absolutely should have it in your library. It was worth $70 in my opinion, and obviously at this price point of $49.69, no-brainer for sure. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, 25% off for $52.49. This is probably my number 2 when it comes to Game of the Year, behind Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, believe it or not. I thought it was a fantastic game. Really good follow-up from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I will say, yeah, absolutely, first of all, need to play the remake. Don't listen to Square Enix being like, you can jump right into this game. Yeah, no, that is, like, yeah, obviously Square Enix is gonna say that you could play FF7 Rebirth, but don't play it without playing the remake. Rebirth's a fantastic improvement and really opens up the game. Narratively, I think it's strong. Visuals are great. The performance mode is an absolute abomination, like a literal trash. I haven't played it if they have updated it since its initial launch. Like, I played it probably for a month after its launch, a month and a half. I haven't gone back and played it recently, of course. But yeah, the performance mode as I was playing it was absolute trash. Like, I was shocked at how bad it was, in the sense that, yeah, you were getting 60 frames per second, but the game literally looks like trash in the performance mode. Play it in the graphics mode, unless they did some major improvements to it, and I am somebody that advocates for 60 FPS in all video games. I feel like it's absolutely necessary, and if I'm swapping to the graphics mode, you know we have a problem. So, yeah, definitely play it in the graphics mode, but it's a great game outside of that, and really did have a great time with it. WWE 2K24 is $52 and change. They got the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition on sale as well. Tekken 8 Deluxe is $70. Rise of the Ronin also seeing its first discount, 29% off for $49.69. Good discount on that for sure, given that it's a super recent release done by Team Ninja. Enjoyable open world action title, not blow away. Definitely doesn't rank among the best open world action titles, but still a fairly good one. God of War Ragnarok, 43% off for $39.89. This is its deepest discount on the PlayStation Store. These big budget PlayStation exclusives just generally hold up in price for a while, and even though this game at this point is 18 months old, still $40 on sale. Ragnarok is tremendous. You absolutely should play it. I did like God of War 2018 better, and I've talked to some of my boys, and a lot of them have the same opinion, but some of them did really love Ragnarok. You know, it seems like the obvious complaint is the Atreus sections with Ragnarok, and I think for me, God of War 2018 was just such a shock at, you know, the shift in God of War and the gameplay style, and that was right up my alley, so I think that element definitely did make me enjoy God of War 2018 even more. With Ragnarok, I kind of knew what to expect, and it was really, really well done, but it didn't have that shock factor to me that 2018 did. But $39.89, obviously a good deal there. Cyberpunk 2077, still seeing the same discount, 40% off for $30. It's a great deal. I would just personally wait for the Ultimate Edition to go on sale so you can get Phantom Liberty as well, and wait for that Ultimate Edition to get to like $40, and that's gonna be a awesome pickup. And I could see that price point coming around Black Friday, so if you're okay with waiting another 6 months, I think that would be the best value return for you. Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is $39.99. It's Last of Us Part 2. You guys know how I feel about the game narratively. As far as the game goes and how it's made, it's phenomenal. Technically, it's tremendous, and gameplay design-wise, it's fantastic. I just, Last of Us is very much emphasized with the narrative, and narratively, I just thought it completely fumbled the bag. GTA 5 is $19.99. That is the PS5 version. Hogwarts Legacy, still $34.99. Kind of a bummer there. Wish that was a little bit of a cheaper pickup. Red Dead Redemption 2 is $19.79. Obviously, just got added to Plus Extra. Red Dead Redemption 1 seeing a deeper discount here, 30% off for $34.99. Red Dead Redemption 1 is a fantastic game. Let's hope it gets cheaper and cheaper, but $35 is a decent pickup. I think $29.99 would be the perfect price to pick it up, but we are splitting hairs over $5 at that point. But you guys know me. That's how I'm gonna operate. You've got NBA on sale, Madden on sale. UFC 5 is 45% off for $38.49. Yo, fingers crossed, Dustin Poirier, please pull off the ghillie. But yeah, I love Islam as well, but Dustin Poirier getting the actual title after like a decade-long career would just be such a fantastic bow on his like entire career, and I'm sure this is gonna be his last fight ever. So pulling for Dustin this weekend. He's probably gonna get mauled and choked out, but I can dream. Alan Wake 2 is 20% off for $47.99. A lot of people liked it. I personally wasn't crazy about it. I liked Alan Wake 1 better, which is probably the wildest opinion to have. I gotta go back and play through Alan Wake 2 again. It's gonna happen at some point, just based on everybody saying it's their favorite game of 2023. Some people legit thought it was Game of the Year. Most people had it at number 2, it seems like, behind Baldur's Gate 3. And both those games really didn't click with me, but both those games I do plan on going back and playing again. But $48 on that. The Deluxe Edition is $64, also 20% off, and that does include narrative-based DLC that is upcoming, so keep that in mind. Gran Turismo 7, another game that's held up in price. This game came out over 2 years ago, and it's 43% off for $39.89. That's kind of insane, but yeah, to be expected. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, that continues to get cheaper and cheaper, 55% off for $31.49. Now, you can play it with EA Play, so you can sign up for $5 to EA Play, and you can play through all of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I mean, it's not going to take you a month to beat the game as long as you're putting consistent hours into it. I mean, if you want 100% it could be an undertaking, and obviously if you want to do a New Game Plus playthrough, then that'll take quite a bit of time, but you could definitely complete one playthrough in a month. Assassin's Creed Mirage Deluxe is $30, Diablo 4 down to $35 for the base game. The new season just dropped, I think it's Season 4. My boys have been raving about it, so take it for what it's worth. It Takes Two is $12, which is always a good pickup if you're looking for a co-op title. Persona 3 Reload Digital Deluxe is $56, Highway Robbery on that does not include the expansion pass, so absolutely whack of Sega and Atlas to do that, but it should be expected at this point. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, 40% off for $42. Thought it was an incredibly mediocre Ubisoft game. Like, it is what it is. It's like Ubisoft open world by the numbers. Certainly do not be paying $42 for that. Monster Hunter World $9.99, Iceborne is $19.99, Dead Island 2 is $34.99, which isn't bad, but if you want to play Dead Island 2, you kind of have to get the Gold Edition, which is $45. And I said Dead Island 2, the base game, for $34.99 isn't bad. Like, yo, that's still a pretty terrible deal. Like, let's be real here. That game's over a year old. And Dead Island 2, from a quality standpoint, like $19.99 or less. And again, the DLC is pretty essential to the narrative of the game. So, you kind of have to buy the Gold Edition. So I would wait for the Gold Edition to be sub $20 and then pick it up. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition, 34% off for $39.59. That does include Burning Shores. I thought Forbidden West was great. Take my opinion on the narrative outside of it. I think from a gameplay design standpoint, a world design standpoint, it is tremendous. The narrative, I thought, is getting kind of wild. And we're talking about a game where you've got robo-dinos in it, and I think Zero Dawn had a far better narrative. Forbidden West just gets absolutely wacky, but What can you do? Remnant 2 is 30 bucks. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, baby, getting cheaper and cheaper, $28. Looks like that also added a Plus Premium trial recently, a 3-hour trial. That'll get you like a third through the game. How about that? So you can check that out if you want. Skull and Bones, baby. A free trial for that is coming up here shortly. Is that live right now? Oh, it is. Yeah, the free trial is already live. So, yeah, you can try the free trial, and it's 50% off for $34.99. Yeah, probably nobody's paying $34.99 on that. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth Deluxe Edition is $35 off. That does include New Game Plus, which once again, Sega's absolutely whack for making New Game Plus exclusive to the Deluxe Edition, but what can you do? These publishers be publishing. Hitman World of Assassination, $28. Skyrim Anniversary, $16.49. Skywalker Saga, Lego Star Wars, $14.99. Damn good deal on that. Definitely would give that a shout. Lies of P is $42. Guilty Gear Strive is $19.99. Final Fantasy XIV Online Complete, $24. Not a bad time to get into FF14 as a new arc is going to be kicking off. But Final Fantasy XIV Online Complete Collector's Edition, $56 on that. Final Fantasy VII Remake is $14.99 as well, so check that out if you do want. No Man's Sky, $29.99. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is $15.19. Obviously, do pick up Intergrade over the remake. Intergrade is the PS5 version, but nevertheless, that's a good pickup, and certainly you should play that before Rebirth. No Man's Sky, again, 30 bucks. Battlefield 2042, that game's continually getting updates, and it seems like people are thinking highly about it, so check that out if you do want. Dying Light 2, still $30. Can we get that a little bit cheaper? My goodness. Like Dying Light 2, but 30 bucks is way too much. Hitman HD Enhanced Collection is $11.99, not a bad deal for Absolution and Blood Money. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, $9.99 on that, that's quite pricey. RoboCop Rogue City is 50% off for $29.99. Dead Space Remake getting cheaper and cheaper, $24.49. Would like that to be around the $18 to $20 range, but again, we're splitting hairs over a couple dollars. MGS5, the definitive experience, is still 12 bucks. I think MGS5 is great, but this price has appreciated probably because Konami is gearing up to release Master Collection Volume 2, and they don't want to lessen the value of that by just selling MGS5 for like 30 or for like 5 bucks, which they were doing for a while. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion, still $24.99. We need to get that down to $20, and I can recommend it, but $24.99 to me. Little bit pricey. Like, I like Zack's story, but it's a PSP game at the end of the day, and it came out a year and a half ago. Like, can we get that a little bit cheaper? Come on now. Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. Yo, credit to Bandai Namco for figuring out how to make the biggest cash grabs imaginable. They released Naruto X Boruto Storm Connections and the Jujutsu Kaisen game in the span of like 3 months, and yo, when you got that level of cash grabbing going on, I gotta don't respect the game. I mean, don't disrespect the game, respect the player. Like, whatever the saying is, don't hate the game, hate the player, whatever. What I know is Bandai Namco is playing some suckers, myself included, because for some reason, I do have a copy of Naruto Boruto Storm Connections in my library, but, yo, to be fair, they did send me a copy of the Jujutsu Kaisen game, so thank you, Bandai Namco, for that, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. That game might be the worst game of the year, and I gotta say it over and over again when we talk about anime games, because that game may have potentially scarred me for a while, and I've played some garbage anime games, but, yeah, nevertheless, tangent over. Metro Saga Bundle is $9. Exodus Standalone is $4.49. Plague Tale Requiem still holding up in price in $24. Plague Tale Bundle is $32. Mafia Trilogy, $19.79. Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition is $39.89. Remember, that gets you Spider-Man Remastered, which on sale, they're trying to sell that for like 25 to 30 bucks, so this is not a bad pickup whatsoever. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, there's a lot more deals available. Check them out yourself. We'll obviously do more in-depth coverage. Really, the highlights of this sale are the more expensive games, so keep that in mind. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.